Don't let your dreams
Louder,
be
Mark.
dreams.
Louder!
Don't let your dreams
Be dreams.
Good. Good.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Mark and Chris show.
Is today a Mark and Chris short?
I'm not sure actually.
We'll cut this bit out.
Yeah, we've got it out.
We are actually talking to some fans and friends off screen today.
Fans. Who's the fan?
Our friend Josh and our friend Dominique.
Yeah. I think they're both subscribed.
They are both subscribed.
Does that count as a fan?
Yeah, of course it does.
Right.
Yeah.
You're pretty rude of us not to subscribe, so yeah.
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 What are we talking about today, Chris?
Today we're talking about Kung Fury. Have you heard of Kung Fury? Leave it in the comments below.
Have you seen Kung Fury?
Yes.
What did you think of it? Did you kickstart?
Yeah, did you give it a kick? Let us know.
I'd call it a masterpiece. I wish they'd made a feature film of it. I wish that they'd reached their $1 million target so they could have made a feature. It was quite...
That's true. But we probably would have had to wait for longer for it to...
Yeah, that's only true. And you never know, with the popularity of it now, they may actually wind up making a feature from it eventually. What was your favourite stuff about Kung Fury?
I don't know, I'd rather start with the not as favourite stuff.
Was there certain aspects of it you didn't enjoy?
The beginning was it was hard to attach to it. It was like, it started off very boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom,
like
boom.
you're just thrown in the middle of it, yeah. But you're saying that it worked in
But
Mad Max, but didn't work as well here?
I think that it worked, but you had to get through the first bit. I think some people might turn it off. It'd be interesting to see the stats for it, but
Yeah,
some people might turn off within the first 5 minutes because it's like an onslaught of information, and some people might not enjoy it as much.
Yeah, but by the same token, there's going to be a lot of people that that's what makes them stick around and watch it.
Yeah.
The fact that it just goes from 0 to 10 immediately. I mean, you can see where the money from the Kickstarter went. The fact that it doesn't just look very digital effectsy, special effectsy, but from a set design standpoint and the way that they've seamlessly made all of the sets seamless with regards to the digital effects, and every single shot has some sort of digital effect in it, so nothing seems out of place. Like everything seems
away.
otherworldly.
Yeah. That's another thing that they chuck you straight in on when he's driving around in his car and he jumps on top. That's very effects heavy at the start.
Yeah, very much so. I also really enjoy the stuff as though it's on a VHS and there's play and tracking, and that can often be used to hide scene transitions.
When he was fighting the game machine, and then it cuts out, like, presumably because they didn't have enough
The
money
scene
to complete the scene, and then they just put in tracking and VHS effects. I think that overstayed its welcome a little bit at the start, but yeah, I think the thing that people can't dispute is the fact that the strongest thing in Kung Fury is accuracy for nostalgia and stuff like that, and that people who weren't even born in the 80s and grew up in it have discovered this passion.
I even wonder if media forms has something to do with it, as we're in this last generation of pre-digital archival stuff. Like, everyone's like, VHSs are so obsolete now, but there's still a whole bunch of people that still hang on to them, but obviously they're falling by the wayside. Are we nostalgic about the 80s because that's the stuff that's getting lost?
It might also help that there's a lot of 80s stuff just lying around in dumps and stuff, and some of it even still works. Like VHS machines, you can get a VHS machine to work and run a digital film through it and make it look old easily and cheaply.
You'll be as sickened as this as I was.
Sickened.
The other day, sickened is too strong a word for it, but the other day one of my students in class was looking up something from the 1960s, and they're like, wow, Nintendo started in 1964. And the teacher that I was working with said, yeah, that's why they called that console the Nintendo 64, because it was like their anniversary edition. And I had to hold my tongue and not just shout at her saying, no, it's because it was 64-bit graphics.
That's terrible. Alright, Josh, come here, Josh, come here, and put your head in. So I'd say thanks for Josh for helping us out. This is Josh. We might have him on a guest episode to talk about this thing here on his face.
He's also in the Experts of Nothing
Oh, he's doing
sketch comedy crew with us.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled for more of that stuff coming out. He's also a local stand-up comic.
If you're in Adelaide,
Yeah, if you're
I'm
not,
off
then
to
he's
play
not.
soccer now, so yeah.
Oh, get all sweaty.
Can you smell? What does that smell like?
Smell like smoke. We having a fire.
Had a
or
fire
something?
last night.
Pre-game.
Bonbon.
Don't know why I'm proud of that, but
Good
No,
job.
it's cool.
thanks, guys.
Fires.
Bring this a bit closer.
No props, Josh.
Yeah.
What in Kung Fury? What did you think about all the tangential stuff, like the time travel going back to the Vikings and the?
I think it was quick because it had to be quick, but I enjoyed the process that they were going through, and I appreciated the way they were going about how they wrote the half an hour story, and it does definitely feel like they wrote the whole screenplay and they jumped over all the themes straight to the end.
Condense it. I mean, do you feel that it could have worked without that Viking scene? It almost seems like it's just sort of thrown in there.
No, I think the Norwegian thing's cool. It adds colour to the thing. Otherwise, it would just be a neon sort of blur.
Yeah, that's a valid point of contrast.
Yeah. I think it was a good break in the middle to go somewhere where there wasn't any...
And it was unexpected.
Yeah.
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 Have you had a chance to have a look at the Kung Fury Road Rage game?
No, I haven't.
It's really cool. It's like it's just sort of like a Streets of Rage kind of style game.
Yeah.
Street brawler, beat 'em up kind of thing, but it's almost rhythmic in that instead of you walking left to right and beating up people as you come along, you're getting surrounded by enemies on both sides, and so you've got to sort of alternate punch left, punch right, punch left, punch right, and like develop a rhythm that way.
Like the scene with the Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, what do you think a project like Kung Fury gives an indication to people about what's possible with Kickstarter projects, or what's possible with crowd-funded internet-only videos? And
I don't know, I think a lot of crowd-funded videos, films and short films and such don't get popular after they've been created, after they've been funded. I know a lot of films that even people that I know have funded, even my thing that I funded, the distance of time between having the hype and the marketing push for getting the money is higher than when it's released, and then people don't really notice it's out, and they forget, because it does take a while to make these sort of things. I think it was quite soon after the well, how long ago did Kung Fury get funded?
it's a while.
It was a while.
Yeah.
Which is what I was saying before. I think it was really good that they got the Hasselhoff video out, that they can sort of remind people, not even remind people, but even introduce new people. I think they might have even had a bigger viewing base from that music video than they'd had when they were doing the funding push.
Well, I wonder if there's anything more we can possibly say about
I don't know, I think we barely touched on most of the topics, so that's a good Mark and Chris show review, really. We end up getting distracted.
I wish I had more to say about it. I enjoyed it, and I can see exactly what they were going for, and I think it achieved its own intentions. It's just that it was so over the top that there's not really a lot that I can say. It wasn't detrimentally over the top, though. It was, judging by its own standards, it was very successful.
I think some people who don't understand how hard it would be to make something like that wouldn't appreciate it either. Like, some people might just go, like I said, just turn it off after the crazy stuff in the first minute.
Everything in there would have had to have been filmed on a green screen.
There's so much effort.
That's not just people mucking around.
It's hours. It's hours and hours and money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went over budget.
Yeah. Oh, well, they got $600,000 rather than the $200,000, so they got a lot more than they were hoping for. Just not the $1 million to make a feature film.
Yeah.
I don't know. How long do you think something like that would take to render? Imagine that.
I don't know. You just hope you had a good computer, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's months late.
Yeah, it was a good film. I think everyone should check it out and
go
let
watch
us know what you think about it, because I think it's polarizing. I think it's polarizing enough to have a chat.
And go play the game. Go watch the Hasselhoff clip.
Oh, the game! I gotta check that out. Yeah, and like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed us talking about it today. Yeah, I'm happy with that. You happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.